Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for watching A Touch of Tarot. I'm just going to shuffle the cards. I decided to start recording so we could chat while I'm getting the cards ready. So if you watch this video after the recording, you're probably going to want to fast forward at least 5 to 6 minutes if you don't want to hear the chat. But I do have a few things, that I did want to touch on from last night, I believe. Yep, it was last night. And I'll just wait a second. Hi. So I'm just doing the card stuff because I wanted to talk, so I came live. And you know what it has to do with? It has to do with, I don't know if I have told you guys. There's people out there that really, I guess it's not just tarot readers. It's probably anyone that's on social media. And I don't know if some of you may watch Missy, I believe her name is, Saltwater Heels. So I watch her, like, not religiously because I don't really have that much time, but when I do, I watch her. Usually it's on Instagram because that's when I have time. If I'm on Instagram, it's because I have time to myself. So if I see she's live, I'll go on there, and she's hilarious. It's really interesting. But point being, someone was on there. I don't know. I didn't see what happened. But hi, Paul. But basically, like, I don't know, whatever this person was saying, other people saw, because I saw the comments, and I think she was, like, in a sense, who knows, bringing up her work, though. And I've had a girl like that, too, and Missy mentioned, this woman, I don't know who she is, and she emails me the most terrible things almost daily or something like that. And I have a girl, she's actually stopped, and I hope it doesn't happen, but she was on here saying stuff about me, telling people to email her and telling people I cross my fingers when I say my prices. Like, basically, I'm a witch or something. Like, basically, like, because I don't know what else that would matter, but I don't do that. And I'm like, what is crossing fingers? Like, cross my fingers, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. Like, that's the only time I remember from elementary school. So I'm like, whatever. But she had emailed me once, and I know it's her, kind of asking me for help, but in this weird way, like 911 emergency was the title. And I knew something was up, and I didn't buy into it, and I was straight up with the person. Even though they said they were in an emergency, I said, listen, I don't appreciate your energy. I am not going to be looking into your email any further. I have people to read for today, and already your energy is disturbing me. And then she went on here, and she was like, everyone, I have her email that she returned. Email me, like, email me. I'm going to send you the email. And I have nothing to hide. I was actually going to put her comment on the top. But point being, like, her energy, or whoever this person was on the Instagram yesterday with Missy, it was unbelievable to see how the energy changed. And that's the effect that one negative Nelly can have on you, or one triggering reading can have on you. Like, the whole energy went from up at 100 to literally 0. It was so crazy. And Missy kept reading. And, you know, I don't know why she kept reading, because we all knew, I'm sure she knew, like, it was very upsetting to her. But I guess she didn't want to click off or give that person the satisfaction. But point being, and the girl kept going, it's just, I'm trying to tell you guys that one little, like, be careful who you talk to, for one. And that's a known fact, because you say something to someone and they're going to be like, no, and it will eat at you. And also, just realize, like, sometimes you have to cut out the external energies, because people pay for your readings. Your fingers, yeah, that's what she said. And she was writing it on my YouTube, like, for everyone to read. She's saying, I can prove she's, like, basically, I don't know what's exactly her wording. I don't want to pretend I know her wording, but she's like, watch how how I cross my fingers when I say my prices. And I don't even talk about prices unless there's a special, but I don't do this. And I went back and looked, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, am I crossing my fingers? And there's nothing that I even saw that was even close to me doing anything. Like, I was never doing anything. Because I thought maybe subconsciously, like, I don't know. I'm like, is there any way that, like, she saw me crossing my fingers? And there was nothing that would even make someone think that. But yeah, this lady was crazy. And She emailed me a few times, but she didn't email me as herself. She emailed me as an abuse victim. And I knew something was up because when I called her out on it, she said, I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being, I don't know, like, because I said to her, like, intense. Meanwhile, the title of her email is 911, help me, 911 emergency. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I just stopped responding to her. But then she came onto YouTube and started commenting. But I don't know if it's the same girl. But and she did ruin my energy for a couple days. And so when I saw this happening to Missy, I knew what was happening there. And I'm like, fuck. But now that I've gone through it with this girl, I don't think she can do that to me again. But I'm not used to that. So when it first happened, like for like 48 hours, she, really got to me in a sense. Wow, okay, interesting. The natural world needs you. It's just interesting because I got this card for myself yesterday. Sometimes I just pull these cards every once in a while because the messages are quite beautiful. So, Fairy of the Green World. I'll read the book even though I know what it says. It's about being part of the community. It's about being a part of the bigger picture. Number 44, I don't remember if it was the last card in the deck. No, second last. Second last, because yesterday I got both. Okay, let's start the reading. So, Fairy of the Green World, the natural world needs you. So this is for the weekend. What's going to be happening with your energies this weekend? I'm going to read this out, but I just feel right now it's not about focusing on one thing. It's focusing on bigger pictures and like, I don't know why I'm saying the community. I don't know if the community's in here. I kind of feel like it is. This little green fairy signifies and embodies the life forces of the green world. She is seen tending to plants that are drooping, too moist, or too dry. She's like a nurse or a healer assigned to the plant realm. I remember this one now. Great forests and small personal gardens alike. She is joyful every time someone gives energy to this realm. Every little bit helps nurture the plants, which are very tired. Fewer and fewer plants and trees and forests are expected to provide more and more life-giving oxygen for animal elements and us humans. Sometimes she becomes overwhelmed with all we humans have done for the green world. With all we humans have done for the green world. I was like, we haven't been doing well. So she may be about to ask you for your help. When you give her your help, blessings are returned to you threefold. And so I know what they're going to say, though I'm going to read it. But it's true, actually. This is a way you can give. You don't even have to give to the community in a sense, like to a human. You can actually give back by doing something for nature. And that's true. I used to garbage pick. I don't think I've ever told you guys this story, but I used to garbage pick regularly. I would bring bags and walk on beach or wherever and pick up the garbage. And because I used to live by the beach. And every time I did that, I swear to you, I never wanted anything, but the most amazing things would happen. I remember one day, someone gave me $1,000 that night. I was at a bar. He gave me and my friend $1,000. He was showing off. He was drunk, but he was like, no, ladies, like, please take this. And like, I'm a receiver. So I'm like, thank you. She had trouble. She was like, okay, I'll take it. And she's like throwing it around. Like, totally, for me, that's disrespectful. But I was like, thank you, because I really needed that. But yeah, like that was just one example that I'll never forget. Cause I was like, oh my God, I garbage picked today. It's like, oh my God. So the green world is changing and I'm asking for your help. The world needs you to tend to green things in it in some way right now. And it is your time to make a contribution. Time to plant a garden, assist others with theirs, or share some food, flowers, or herbs from your own. Develop your connection to solar energy. Find your own water source. Stop depending on ATMs and electricity. So this is about cutting down. And this is so true. This is about, like, we can do little things. And meanwhile, I have all these lights on and I should be turning them down. You can cut down on things that help the world easily. Like, you don't even, this is effortless giving. And you're giving to Mother Nature. So you're, like it said, I don't know how many fold, but you're going to really reap some big benefits. Let me just turn down my heat. Let me just turn off. Time to grow your own plants or tend to a vegetable patch or a herb garden. Look into contributing some money or time or devotion to a cause for the green world. The natural forest and the wide green space of your planet needs your healing, kind, and tender hands and heart right now. You guys get I'm going to read this part. Be more self-sustaining and step away from the unnatural system and join with the natural energies of the planet and galaxy. That's the last sentence there. That's pretty big for us because we are. This is what we do. You know, that is us. We are part of the galaxy. And I feel like I read a saying about the galaxy recently, but anyhow. So I want to see what's happening. I feel the urge to use this deck. What's happening for the weekend? I'm feeling really good in the sense that I've just kind of surrendered. I'm not even like looking into all these details about what you're supposed to do anymore. Pretty purple deck. So I'm trying to start saying the names of the deck. This one is the Beautiful Creatures and Thank You. This was a gift. And that one is the Shadow and Lights. And for my other deck people ask about all the time with the written word on it, that's talk to me like I'm someone you love. But sometimes I get messages like, what deck are you using? Well, I use like 10, so can't really explain to you what deck I'm using, and I don't have time to go over my own video. Knight of Swords, Idealism. Okay, let's see what else. King of Swords. I'm going to take the tops. I don't even know what that other one was. King of Swords, Logic. Interesting. I'm going to read the meanings for this. Because I feel like, in a sense, those would be different. Like, very different. Top card, please. Empress. Creativity. And let's stop there for now. Okay, let's start with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Ooh, these books are a little annoying, but when they're all over the place. Sorry, everyone, but I do want to see what the meaning is for this card because... Page of Wands. Okay, sorry, it should be here. I'm going to start putting, and when I do my own book, I'm going to freaking put the, like, tags out so we don't have to sit here forever. But already pushing it. Like, how hard is it to find a Knight of Swords here? Okay, let's try this again. Wait, what was that? Oh my god. Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Knight of Swords. I'm so excited. So first of all, I'm picking up really strong, like, Gemini. Like, I don't even know why I have to say that, but I am picking that up because there's actually two people here in the Knight of Swords, and I never looked at the Knight of Swords as a Gemini. I think you shouldn't contemplate on your ideas. Just set them free. I think I was just saying that I'm not even, like, worried about what we're supposed to do anymore. I'm just living, basically. Like, I don't even care anymore. I have no more energy to put into worrying. And, you know, a lot of people, I'm sure they feel the same way, and readings are just kind of getting annoying a little bit to hear the same thing. And I'm like, how can I change the storyline? Because the problem is, every time we pull cards, it is the same storyline, technically. So it's not really our fault as readers, but I'm sure, like, you know, everyone's getting sick of hearing the same thing every week. It's like, you know, they're coming, and for some they are coming. You're absolutely right, but we would need more. We need other stuff. Okay, so two witty identical twins are ready to take off, letting their curiosity lead the way to unknown places. What they experience by their curious attitude serves them as a lesson. When they search for someone who needs to learn from curiosity, they manifest, take that person's hand, and throw them into an unknown situation. These twins are responsible for manifesting the effects of their curiosity, which in turn become idealism. The energy of the Knight of Sword is keen, curious, and playful. The Knight of Sword, ruled by Mercury, the planet of speed and communication, is associated with Gemini, who embodies an idealistic archetype. Geminis rule sibling relationships. So the situation. The Knight of Swords represents a situation where a simple task of curiosity may lead to and feed your wonderful knowledge. Simple task of curiosity. So people are going to go for something this weekend. Let's see. There are so many ideas running through your head to aid in fixing a problem you have been unable to overcome. Your analytical ability will be one that you have to rely on, no matter what. So you're going to have to analyze something. On the negative side, avoid being too indecisive and learn to make a final decision for once. Yeah, you are running around in circles that provide no option or solution. This is also hurting you in the long run by making you not trust yourself. Oh my God. Being indecisive leads to confusion and mental blockages. This is the problem. This is kind of how I felt today too, in a sense that like I have to just, I didn't think I have to trust myself, but that's the perfect way to put it. By listening to all this up and down about, you know, he's coming, he's feeling this, he's feeling that, you're not trusting your instincts. And I have this exact same problem. I didn't look at it as a problem, but they're wording it so perfectly here. And this is how tarot can help us in so many different ways. Like, this is what a lot of us are doing. And it is time to just take a little tiny break here and there. I even spoke to my teacher this morning. He messaged me and asked me like how I felt after our session. And I don't feel that much of a shift. But one thing I'm doing different is sitting in silence the last couple days. And I'm like, this is actually nice to just not have background noise. Because often when I'm not reading, I would have YouTube playing in the background while I do stuff, or something playing in the background. Okay, so let's see the King of Swords if they allow us to find it. King of Pentacles, Queen of, like, this thing is, don't get me started. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, King of Wands. Okay, it's coming up. It has to be. King of Swords. Beautiful. So I will say this. I don't know. It looks like maybe you're going to be looking into something. I don't know. Like, that message for me is quite weird, actually. But I guess don't run away in, I don't know. Well, let's read more. We have logic here. Thank God, because logic is easy to understand, though I'm still going to read it. The one thing I always notice about this card when I read it intuitively more than anything is that this King of Swords is actually not carrying a sword. This King of Swords is carrying a cup. And this is, for me, about balance. You know, balancing your emotion and your sharpness, your aggressiveness. Watch what you say, right? And it's not just to, obviously, whoever we always talk about. It's to everyone. Watch your words and watch your effect you have on other people. Even, you know, on the, it's all connected, right? Even on the worldly issues. It's true, because I went to the store the other day and this lady just... I went to get a pair of underwear and I didn't want her to touch them. I'm like, do you really have to? Like, I don't know. Like, once I know I want my underwear, like, why do you have to touch them anymore? I'll give you the tag and throw them in. But she was really avid on taking them. And the more that she wanted to take them, I was like, no. And I didn't say anything. I didn't have to. I was just like, well, actually, I did say something. I'm like, if you don't work at a job you like, it's not my fault. Because she had this like demeanor to her. But then I realized I'm getting rude. So I just like, I calmed it down. I calmed myself down or whatever. I didn't explain myself or anything. I bought my underwear and left. But I realized like I do have to watch it because I probably ruined her day in a sense. It looked like I may have. And she has to stand there and do her job. And, you know, not everyone is in a job that they love. And they're not sure how they're going to get to a job they love, which makes their time at their job even worse. But you can get to a job you love. Okay. I know that you produce your ideas carefully with tact. Up in the heavens, the spirit of a maiden, holds a sacred jar of water that contains endless possibilities for the future. When she appears, she showers people with the sacred water from her jars. Many of those who accept the shower of water think outside the box, but those who do not remain in their same mindset. I feel like this is connected to a reading maybe yesterday for the daily, like some like gifts are coming in or something, and maybe we don't even have to look into this card so much and say your ideal gift is coming in. You know, I like to do wordplay. The energy of the King of Swords is futuristic, progressive, and consistent. Lovely. The king, ruled by Uranus, the planet of changes and turning points, is associated with the Aquarians, who embody an archetype that is a logical thinker. Aquarians rule friendship and friends. Interesting. The King of Swords represents a situation that you will have to think about with logic and conviction. I feel like the other one was kind of talking like that. Sometimes I have to read things over and over. I want to have them both here. Situation where a simple task of curiosity may lead to and feed your wonderful knowledge. There are so many ideas running through your head in aid in fixing a problem you have been unable to overcome, because there's too many ideas. Your analytical ability will be one that you have to rely on no matter what. Don't be too indecisive. So it's like there's an energy of indecisiveness going to figuring something out and using your logic and making a decision over this weekend. Let's see. On the negative side, you will have to make judgment calls and omit things that are not useful or beneficial to you. This may even involve people who are close to you, but think of it as a beneficial thing that may help you. Try to avoid staying stuck in the same place where you're unable to move ahead. That's what this card was saying. That you're just kind of doing the ring around because you're not making a decision. Well, here you're going to be making a final, it's the Empress. This is the Empress making a decision. We're going to read that too. Try to avoid staying stuck in the same place where you are unable to move ahead. And if and when you feel stuck, it is something that you brought upon yourself, because we make everything around us happen ourselves. And that is the dead truth. I don't know why I said the dead truth, but it is the truth. It's the truth of all truths. I guess the truth of all truths is we all die. It's the truth. We create it all. And there's, even recently, I do it even up to yesterday, you can shift the energy right away. You really can make any situation different right away. It's not even, you don't even have to wait and start, I want to say demanding. I don't know if that's what I do, but I feel like it's supposed to say demanding what you deserve in life. And I'm not just talking about from people, I'm talking about from higher sources. You are promised everything you want. Call for it. What is it that you are trying to create? Okay, so listen to this here. There's indecisiveness, and there's going to have to be a decision made here, because you can't keep on running around in circles. Remember to use your heart always. And when it comes to here, now this has something to do with you actually deciding what you want. Okay? Decide what you want. What is it that you're trying to create? Are you creating a legacy? Do you need my aid? Here, let me help you. Oh, and this I'm picking up, I see, I'm sorry, but it comes to me and I feel it in my heart. And it's that is what the feminine wants to do with the masculine. If he keeps on making you run around in circles, I'm going to read this, but I feel like there's an energy here. You're going to have to make a decision and cut your losses. Something like that. I'm going to read it. But, she's actually trying to create a legacy. A legacy not just for him, for herself, for a legacy like the world, That's what this feminine's trying to do. So it must break her heart, because when I look at this picture, it's the Empress, but I feel like she's heartbroken. And she has that black cat there. That's what she has. It's almost like saying she's not even having sex right now. You know what I mean? There's no activity there, even though, and it's a life force. Or maybe she's protecting her femininity or something like that. She's just, I see the sadness in that lady's eyes, in that girl's eyes. Okay. Here sits a beautiful light brown-haired maiden, the aspects of a saint. Yet she embodies the archetype of a mother. Sorry. And I'm telling you, when my speech gets like that, someone isn't saying something. And I don't know if it's to me or to everyone. Because that's another thing I'm trying to start figuring out. Because I'm thinking I'm picking up on people's energies. Seriously. Because the emails I'm getting, they're very specific. So anyhow, she creates just about anything she pleases. Aside from being creative and nurturing creativity, she emanates fertility and conception on all levels and for every aspect. As you can see, a gentle and benevolent. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Benevolent, but I don't use that word. Benevolent cat. So I'm guessing mundane, calm cat. sits upon her lap. In reality, however, this cat is a creative muse. It gives the Empress any tools, instruments, and even blueprints she needs to create whatever it is that you want to have her create. Or she hands you the tools that you can acquire whatever it is that you need to create and whatever it is that you want to create without hesitation. So she gives you her power too. And that is exactly what she would do for the masculine too. There's a sharing, but it's for the community. It's for anyone. We empresses do share our knowledge and whatever we can. But before I miss out on saying what I had to say, creative nurturing, she creates just about anything she pleases. So that touched me, because this is why this feminine has, you know, that look in her eyes, that glassy look, that look of like sadness, because she is amazing and she can create whatever she wants, except when it comes to this masculine. She can't, for some reason, because I don't know, I don't want to catch myself or say stuff, but like, I know it has to do with divine timing, but there's also something like she's just, a lot of the feminines are depleted from, and you know what may help the feminines that feel this way, because, you know, it could be from anything, is to actually take some rest, or to like get away if you can and shut your brain off. I know I speak to people every day, you know, over the camera, and we talk, and sometimes I see them and they look so drained, and it's like because they couldn't stop thinking about this situation all week or all month. They just can't stop thinking about it, and that is depleting. You know, this is a beautiful woman, but she's, you know, she's hurting. And when I read the word blue, I always think of depression, but she's not showing it because she's also busy creating at the same time. And imagine how much more beautiful her creations could be, or how much more, I don't know, they could touch more people. Upright. In a reading, this card tells you that you need to put your creativity into action. Make it happen, even if you have to start from scratch and build your way up. The cards also say that anything you want to create is possible. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's picking up this energy, it's about literally going from running around trying to figure out what you really wanted to making a choice. Some, like it said, have to cut people or things or situations out. Some don't. They have to do their own thing with that. But it's about creating what you want and knowing what you want so you can create it. So I want to pull from, what do you want to create? Or what do we all want to create? This deck can tell us some more. I wish I knew whatever language you're speaking. I don't though. I wish I was more fluent in other languages. So what do we want to create? Possibilities, and that makes perfect sense. We want doors to open, and it's not that we want that. This is what we're creating, actually. It's almost like us focusing on the fact that the masculine doors closed. You know, if that's what we're running around about, indecisiveness, it's almost like, because it's like we're manifesting 1,000 other doors to open. I can't explain it. It's like we put, you know, like just when you want something so bad, you're not even getting exactly what you want, but you're getting tons of pretty much a similar situation. Like, remember when I was all upset and I wanted, I was so upset, and I was like, when I was crying on here, and I said, I want a guy to come in, or whatever it was, or I was crying after, like, I want a guy to hang out with, like, I'm sick of this. And literally an hour later, some wonderful guy chased me down the street. I don't talk to him. It was just a sign to show me. He's probably like 10 years younger than me. Who knows? But, you know, he chased me down the street and said, I'm adorable, and can I get your number, please? Like, I left my groceries in the store. But it's because I was focusing so much on my sadness with my masculine. Like, I still manifested what I wanted. It just wasn't that exact way. So what's happening here, and what you are creating, whether you know it or not, is all sorts of doors are opening for you. And this may be the weekend when something comes in. You may have to disattach from something. We have attachment here, you know? And I just keep on thinking how that King of Cups or King of Swords carrying the cup said you may have to omit things. You may have to omit, like, take off the mask you're wearing. And that relates to the old reading, the reading from a day ago as well. I forget what it was, but I know that it had something to do with that. And then look what's here, victory. Hi, I don't know, you're speaking Russian. I wish it would say, I wish it translated victory. So there is a door that's going to be opening. You are going to have to disattach. Like, there's something you're attached to that you're going to have to not be attached to anymore. Of course. How else are you going to walk through the door? So there's a chain that has to be broken. It does not mean Mr. Masculine. It could be anything. And to be honest, she's attached to herself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that, there's no one else there. It's not like she's attached to him. This is something personal. This is something the actual person needs to detach from. And I think it's something to do with themselves. Their fakeness. Like, their fakeness. And we know, I spoke on the fakeness of us accepting shit that we don't truly want. So, you know, that's the truth we have, because we have such big hearts. Here we are, the Empress, showing up with victory. Like, this would normally be the Chariot card, and here we're talking about forward movement towards getting what we want, being creative, yin and the yang, getting into balance. So this is the energy of the week, and this is pretty amazing. I don't know. I hope we all get it. I hope we all get it. I hope this happens for everyone in one way or another. Let's pull some of the lovers. I pulled a card for myself and got an angel card about having to walk through a door and being able to walk through the door and letting yourself go. Well, there you go, right? It's true, though. It's not, honestly, people, I speak to so many of you, and you're probably not on here because they're pretty busy. And I'm saying that because the truth is they got busy. They did a whole switcheroo. They were like, you know what, you're right, or whatever, the cards are right. Like, I have my own shit to deal with right now. I want to build my own stuff. And as soon as they did that, it's not just their masculines that are now calling them and, I don't know, chasing, but it's not about the chase. It's about you get your shit together. And that's what my clients are saying now. Like, you're not, I don't even want you. But it's not just about them. Actually, they're getting closer to their family. Their money is coming in, like their jobs. One lady I speak to, she got a promotion. Every week I speak to her, it's like getting better and better and better. And it's not that she's not trying to be with the masculine. She's like, you know what? I'm in such a good place. I don't want to lower my level because he's not there yet. He needs to come up. And that is the truth. And this will be what's going on for a lot of us. And it's important not to bow down. You stay up there and he has to rise up. And it's a time for this to be happening. I feel it. So, you know, whenever I read the cards, I'm always like this. Like, it's so important for you to see the words. But it's the picture here that's most important. And this, to me, is definitely not friends. But the word on the back is friendship. But more importantly, what this has to do with is being friends, like being friendly to yourself. Okay, I'm going to read it. Nurture the bond of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. I didn't want to bring it onto a masculine, but I have to, because I was trying to reword it like in a way that I can. I'm trying to think of another way, because it's true. Yes, be friends with yourself, but this is not her being friends with herself. This is her being friends with the masculine. So I'm going to go back to the original message I got as soon as I saw this card. It's about, if your masculine does come back, you may want to actually try to just be friends. And that's something I was always against. Like, no, I don't want to be your friend. But you know what? It actually goes exactly well with what I'm saying. You got to check him out and see what level he's on, because he may not be ready to come back. So the best way to figure that out is to be a friend. That way you can be there for him still. Let him see how beautiful you are and how the beauty you're creating in your life. And check him out, because you know, we can't just let the same old masculine in our life. There is some work they have to do. And it makes perfect sense if, you know, if it's happening like the regular twin flame journey everyone talks about, the feminine should be a really high percent ahead of the masculine, or one person will be a really high percent ahead, and that's how the other person is drawn upwards, elevated. See? Look at this energy. It's like If I'm just reading the pictures here, it's like he's there for her and she's there for him. Isn't it beautiful? Embrace each other. You find the missing pieces. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. Did you literally become besties? That's amazing. But isn't this card, through each other, you find the missing pieces? Because it is like it's a piece to the puzzle. And I said that before. The feminines can do everything on their own. They can do so much with the help of their, their spirituality and leaning on that. But there's one more piece. It's the threes. And it's even a 3-year, but things come in threes. There's that one more piece that could blow everything up in a good way. And it's, I'm sorry, it's your other half, whoever that may be. He cares for you, you care for him. Missing pieces to the puzzle. I just want to see this one because of the picture. Because I'm like, what are they doing? But it's about healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. This is actually a good one. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. Actually, it came out the man I'm going through all this. Came back yesterday. Beautiful. I didn't read the rest, but I saw he came back yesterday. This is something I want to touch on actually. Okay, I always watch manifesting things, not because I want to manifest love. That's not what I'm usually trying to do. It's to have happiness, really, stuff like that. Or even health or whatever. But of course, love as well. And this person who I believe in, and I listen to his videos here and there, but something in his voice, I know is the truth, and he lives his truth that he preaches. And he said, if you can envision something with such depth of feeling at least 20 times, you definitely set it into motion. And I tried it, and I'll be honest, it's been about 24 hours, and I don't even think I did it 20 times yet. Because you actually, like I did it a few times right away, and I felt it, but you need to have that emotion with it. So when this says, imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light, that's actually a powerful tool to use, because the light would be the cleansing energy. Like imagine this, and it's true. Last night I woke up at 3 in the morning and I was massaging my knee with my cream because I had a really bad knee ache. So I used my cream on it and it went away, but I kept massaging my leg, and I said to myself, I want to have a massage every day of my life. So then I start thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so that's going to be expensive. It's going to be like $100, but I also a day, right? But I also believe I can create whatever I want. So I'm like, how would I work that into my schedule? I'm like, I'd have to go get my massage every day. I'm like, an hour massage, half an hour, but what's a half an hour going to do? Anyhow, then I'm like, I don't have to figure out how it's going to happen. And then I'm like, of course I can have a massage every day once I'm with my divine partner. Once I'm with my partner, he's going to, and I said to myself, I'm going to give him a massage every day too. So changing the perspective really helps. But point being, you can have whatever you want. So I had to kind of work that out. But that's exactly what we have to do. Like if it seems unrealistic, work it out, because it does seem unrealistic to go and get a massage every day. People don't even go to the gym every day. But if you're at home with your honey, I'm sure he can massage you every single day at some point in the day, which is amazing. Because my twin is with the karmic. Oh, I didn't see what you're saying there. Let's see. Then I manifest a message at the fitness studio. Beautiful. A lot of times when I speak to people when we're doing readings, I guess that they let go because their masculine will message them at that time or call or right after. So I guess there's something in the energy sometimes when you hear something that just calms you down and you're just like, oh, like absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel. Forget it. It's okay. Like I know what he's up to right now. And then all of a sudden they get that, they manifest it right away. I get so many messages afterwards. People are like, basically they'll be like all the time, I don't know if I should tell you. I don't know if you want to even know, but he called me right after type of thing. Of course I want to know. It's not like, I try, and the first thing I'll always say is just like, just calm down. Like, just don't get on that high about it. It's not a special, it's going to be normal one day. So who the fuck cares if he finally called once, right? Like, no, it's a big deal though. But I'm saying don't get yourself worked up about it. Because it's important to just stay like there. Because when we go up so high, we drop so low. And that's what I really notice. And then you have to pick yourself up again. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this weekend reading a separation, but he knows I'm here for him. That's beautiful. And that's the one thing that's so nice is if your twin does know that you're there for them. And you can send that vibe like mentally, but it is nice if you know, but you just got to know in your heart that they feel your energy. Really. And like I'm really I'll tell you this. I'm really feeling the connection more so than ever because my masculine is at the other side of the world right now. So he's up when I'm supposed to be sleeping. But the interesting thing is I'm not sleeping much. And I feel like I'm getting his energy. And the other interesting thing is when I message him, like at times, like he should be sleeping technically or whatever, he's up. Like all out. It's like we're just like on this like, and I love that energy. I love that feeling actually. It feels really interesting. It's like we can be at separate ends of the world and our schedules still somehow are unaffected. It's very bizarre feeling. I don't know. And I'm not saying like, I'm in contact with my masculine. Remember, we do have work together as well. But I am saying that I feel him. I'm not like, definitely not. I am in the process of separation and releasing as well. Separating business from personal life. And that's a whole other level. Have you ever had to do that? Because I don't know anything about it. And it's so hard. But it's also liberating if you are free to express yourself the way you truly are, and then have your business truth as well, which are two separate things. Work is work. What you do to personally hurt me, if it's not in work, it's a different subject. And like, I actually had to say that to him, that I don't have experience with separating these topics. And as I just go forth truthfully, I'm speaking my truth. And then when it comes to business, it's like we're a whole different conversation, and it's a beautiful conversation. But the point being is, it's very interesting that he's at the other end of the world, and it's like I'm feeling that energy of being up sometimes all of a sudden when I should not be. And I'm like, why am I feeling like, I'm staying up for the next 4 hours. I was up today at 3 a.m. and I was up. Like, and I'm not even tired, which is the crazier thing. But I do have stuff to get ready for. So that was motivating me as well because I'm super excited. But yeah, so there is actually like a serious connection between, and I don't know, I'm not saying you're meant to be with your twin soul or whatever. Like, I don't even know the answers anymore. It's getting that's why I'm just like done with the whole thing. But I am saying there are people that you will be connected to that you actually will feel them, like that energy. And it's really amazing. And like, you feel like you've known them before. Well, there's a reason. There is some weird connection there. It does exist, and it is true. And I'm not saying that should hold us to them or that should make us stay in this spot. It's just beautiful to know. It's kind of weird. It's like we're a little bit like aliens or something. Like we have so much to us that we don't even normally feel on a daily basis. And I told you guys, I spoke to this energy the other day. And the funny thing is, get this part. I'm going to get the book to tell you what I wrote down, what she said. Because this is the thing. This is how much I know this is not coming from me. And I know this because psychologically, okay? Let's just say this. Someone gives you an affirmation to say, but you can't remember that affirmation. I'll tell you why. It's because it doesn't relate to you. And you have to basically retrain yourself. Like if I am lovable, if you keep on forgetting, like, what's that affirmation I'm supposed to say? What is that affirmation? It's because you truly don't think you are lovable. And it's something as simple as that. So when I heard this lady speaking to me the other day, and I had to write the message down, I was half asleep and I'm like writing it down. And I keep on forgetting what she said no matter what. Whenever I try to think of what she said, I have to go and look at what I wrote down because her way of speaking is so different than mine. I can't even remember it. So I want to get it because it's a message for everyone. Thank you for being patient too. I wonder if I wrote down some other message. Oh no, that was my personal one. Okay, so this was the message I heard. A southern accent. I had an image of a certain woman there. And she said, y'all got to get over trying to get away from each other. And I was like, what? I'm like half asleep. I said what in my head. And it's a very light, like, I don't know if it's a god or if it's an angel or, but it was like, it was so clear, but so late. So I said, what? And she's like, y'all got to get over trying to get away from each other. And I just like rolled over. I'm like, I have to write this down or I will forget. And I'm like trying to sleep and I rolled over, scribbled it. Like that's how it was. And when I woke up, I forgot for a minute. And then I'm like, no, I wrote a message down. And then like the whole thing, I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. So that message could be for anyone. A lot of people reached out to me about that message. And I also did see the screaming lady, and this lady screaming, and no one could hear her. And, I got someone reaching out about that too. And she said, there's no way anyone knows, like, I just did that. And I don't know, I felt it. Like, I probably was feeling it. What's going on here? Oh, please help. I need the truth for my masculine. Mandy, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I get it, but that type of energy isn't going to get anything. And I promise you this, because I've been in that energy when I was younger dealing with this stuff. You get in that energy of like, it's obsessiveness. You have to, no matter what, back away from that energy in order to have anything good happen. Like even, let's just say, even if you get a reading right now, it's not the time to get a reading. Like it's not even, you're too obsessed with it. It's blocking everything. And I promise you that. And it's so hard. Like the best advice I can give you at this point is to start by just taking some rest. Do not call. And if you have been calling or reaching out, it gets so hard to stop, shit is changing. Yeah, like Mandy, focus on something positive. Like things are changing. Listen to what I'm telling you and listen to the comments. Things are changing. So use that as a new focus. But when you're in this energy where you're like begging for help, and I know because I've been there, you honestly don't get anything done that's good. It's just not. And even if it gives you 1 minute of satisfaction, it's not the real deal because you're not in the energy to get what you really need. It's kind of hard to explain, but I feel it. And the truth is, I don't work on bringing my levels down, and I get it. Your heart is breaking, but this is something that you have to get through first. And it's true. Like you don't need help from anyone right now, but yourself. I promise you. And then once you're a little bit stronger, start looking for other ways to lift yourself up even more. But when you're at rock bottom, you have to get yourself out of it. No one can help you. Like even like the dark night of the souls type of stuff. When I went through the dark night of the soul, and that was 2 years ago, I was so bad. I was so suicidal. I was like, I would never do it though, because I would never have the courage to do that. But every day I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here? And I couldn't even talk to people because if anyone would say like hello or anything, I would just start crying, which I don't know because I didn't talk to anyone, but that's how I felt. And I can't believe I've had a whole turnaround. It was more than 2 years ago now that I think about it, but thank God. But I had to, there was no one, even my friends that tried to help me. Sure, they helped me because I wasn't able to work. I wasn't able to do anything. So yeah, they helped me. And essential oils are great. And whichever ones lift you up. I find calming ylang ylang. That's one of my favorites. And even the jasmine. Like I like those type of, I call it earthy. Vanilla is my absolute favorite. But that one, I don't use it too much because it's so expensive. But that's only for my personal. I love that vanilla. But yeah, try to do things to lift yourself up and then come forward with a different energy, like anywhere you go. And hopefully more good will come to you. But when you're so, I get it. I know I've been there. And to be honest, I don't know what it is about myself, but I don't know if because I've learned, I just won't lower myself to other people's low energy because that does nothing for you. And if you're needing help and you're needing that, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to help you. Like, oh, la, la, la. That does nothing for you. And it does nothing for me in the sense, like, I shouldn't lower myself and meet you. I need to be positive for you and know that you're going to get out of the situation you're in and you are going to be absolutely fine. That's what I need to do. And yeah, please give your love, and it's beautiful. And look for self-love, number one. But I don't even know. I don't even know. When I was in those spots, you know how I got out of it, actually? I'll tell you how I got out of it. When I was in the dark night of the soul, this is how it happened, because I would never hurt myself, but I was thinking of it every day. And one day I finally said to one of my friends, I always think about killing myself lately. I said that to her. And she said to me, you need to go to the doctors tomorrow. And and I said, you're right. But remember this, I hate doctors. I'm against doctors. But I agreed at that time. And guess what happened? The next day, I woke up and all the pain was like, all the fears were gone, all the pain was gone, because I think subconsciously I hate doctors so much. Because she said, before she said the doctor, she said either you fix it now or you go to the doctors tomorrow. So it was like that. So I hate the doctors so much. I think subconsciously my body said, you have no other choice but to stop this now. It was 8 months. My dark night of the soul lasted 8 whole months. It was fucked. It was so fucked up. It was so I can't even explain. I can't even explain. But yeah. So the next morning I woke up and I had released everything, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to the doctors. And I never went back into that state ever. Since I got out of it, I know that you can get out of anything. I know I can get out of anything. I know nothing stays that low forever. Nothing. And it took me still the 2 years to even get where is a comfortable spot. It took a long time after that, but I did it. I got out. Started getting a job. I started finally I was getting work. I was getting positive, and I don't know. It just shifted. I don't know. I don't remember. I just know that it shifted all of a sudden. It was like instant. That's how I got out of it. We all have our own way, and it comes with release, finally giving up. Either I'm going to go to the psych ward tomorrow, or I'm videoing along talking together. It's nice. It is nice. And sometimes we do, unfortunately, I do have such a busy day, but I was up all since 3 in the morning. So I was able to, I did my meditation early. Meditate. I mean, honestly, and it's not just meditate. The sitting in silence over the last day and a half, just not having so much, even my nice music, not having that background noise, has really helped. But you know the truth? The reason I'm sitting in silence is because I want to speak to that woman again, and she's not talking to me. And I keep on begging her to talk to me, and I'm like, Jen, you're never gonna get to talk to her if you're begging her. But she was just so direct, and her voice, I know it's not someone I've ever spoke to before. It's not an energy I've ever picked up on before. I've never picked up on such a southern mono. I don't know, no judgment, but directive. I never have picked up on anything like that. So I keep on just trying to please, what more do you have to say to me? But the beautiful thing about it is that I'm sitting in silence, and that alone is refreshing. I do. I'm on my comfy sofa. I'm laying on my bed. I've been trying nonstop, especially waking up at 3 in the morning. I'm like, okay, I'm here. What do you have to tell me? I just want to learn how to connect to that woman. I don't know who she is, but I want to learn how to connect with her. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, lately I've been getting, this is what happens actually. And when I start hearing messages very clearly like that, I never heard one from this lady. It's like a phase I'll go through. So this may last about the next 2 weeks or something, where I'll be extra sensitive. And a lot of times it's with a new moon. And the funny thing is, we didn't have a new moon, but we had an eclipse, which is kind of, in a way, that same energy. So I wonder if it's just going to roll on for the rest of the month for me, because then it will be a new moon coming up. But it's usually near the new moon. But I've definitely, the dreams, just very little ones, but things are coming back in very clearly now. And that woman, speaking to her and hearing that I could be what? And she repeated herself. I don't think I usually do that. I don't know. I don't remember. I need to take more notes when I speak to the angels. And the truth is, like, or whoever this may be, usually the truth is when I speak to who I know as angels, I don't have to ask a question. It's like before I ask, it's already answered. This lady was telling me something, and it was just so incredible. And I love that, like, it's a southern lady. Like, I don't know who she is. I don't even know. I don't even talk. Like, even now, I can't remember what she says. I have to look it up because it's so not me. It's so weird that I can't remember. Because I was trying to tell a client the other day, I spoke to this lady, like, this is what I heard, and I'm like, oh, I can't find my book, and I'm like, I can't really remember what she said, but basically, you know, she said, y'all got to get over trying to get away from each other. It's weird. And I'm noticing the other message I got that day was about watching your step. That wasn't from her. That was my regular energies I pick up on. And the funny thing is, I'm going to say that now because today when I woke up to get a coffee this morning before I started the video, I almost tripped twice and on 2 different spots. And then I like put some salt down and stuff. And I remembered, I'm like, maybe I have to tell you guys, and maybe it's for myself too, but watch your step. I got that yesterday. And, you know, it's probably just like literally watch your step, because, and I thought about it to myself. I'm like, you're damn right, because even a trip can hurt you so much. Like, you're out of work for a week, or you know what I mean? Like, you hurt yourself from one little trip, because I felt like I almost broke my ankle for a second. Like, not broke it, but like I could have. And I'm like, no, I do got to watch my step, you know? And maybe we should all watch our step today, because I got that message when I got this message same day from that lady. It's getting a lot of messages that day. And now I'm begging for them. And that's the problem. And now I'm not getting them. It's not that I'm not, but I'm not. I'm not getting that direct message I'm looking for here. And this is, it's all related. Look at it. Like, you know, let it go, let it come in. It's all related. You treat the world good, you treat the earth good, you treat the people good. It's all related. You want to stress out about something, you're stressing out about other things. It just all goes in and out. Okay? Everyone, I gotta go. But I love being on here. Okay, Annie, have a really good day. And, you know, everyone, just stay as high up as you can. And the waves will come. I guarantee it.